Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I've been kind of actually wanting to sort of reorganize my bookshelf. As you can kind of see, it's a little bit unorganized. But anywho, I literally want to just kind of organize my bookshelf with you guys while talking about my favorite books I like to read as a writer and the books that kind of inspired me to write. But of course, subscribe if you haven't already and follow me on Instagram _AnnaNews. I do want to do a lot more reading vlogs and book content, so definitely hopefully stay tuned for that, because I actually did recently read Light Luck by Alex Asta, and I do have a full vlog on my channel, so that sort of book content definitely, yeah, stay tuned. But we need to clean this bookshelf up ASAP, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I think I want to start by taking all the unnecessary things from my bookshelf off. I always do this. I think it's just a big bad habit. Put like my perfume bottles, my candles, my cute little bookmarks and stuff like that. Literally some chocolate. Oh my gosh. Now we need to actually organize what sort of structure I'm doing in my bookshelf. I usually try to organize it as best I can by genre, but sometimes that literally doesn't work. As you can see down here, I have like all my manga. I literally have not even read this Tokyo Ghoul series. I've read like the first two, but it kind of petrified me. Up the top, I have kind of like my TBR. These are books that I haven't read yet. Then I have all my taller books up here, which are actually really pretty, and I do like it like that. Then up here, I have all my series, but a lot of people hate the fact that my books are turned the other way, which I understand why it's annoying. Literally, every single guest I have in my room is just kind of like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But like, I know like these books are books that I've already read, so I don't really need to know where they are. And even if I do, I kind of, you know, this is Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom. There we go. Bye-bye. So I think maybe I'll turn some around. Let's do it. Okay, so one of my favorite books that I actually really love and that's inspired me to write my books is actually The Trial and The Clockwork Orange. These are kind of more literary sort of books, which I really do love. The reason why I really do like The Trial is because of how like insane it is. Like, it's actually such an insane book, as well as The Clockwork Orange, and that's why those two are kind of like together for me, because they're just so interesting and I can see the clear sort of idea of the author and the sort of critique it has on society. It's so profound and compelling, and I literally still think about those books still till this day. And if you guys definitely want to check out my Goodreads, I also have so many Goodreads reviews on my Goodreads. It's _AnnaNews, I think. I don't know, it's somewhere here. I love Kafka's work. I'm also reading his Metamorphosis, which has like a lot of his sort of meditations and stuff like that, which is really interesting. But I think I just love those books in particular, and they inspire me so much to write just because of how compelling they are and how interesting they are, you know? Plus the writing and the dialogue. I think it's the dialogue. The dialogue gets me. I'm not sure if I'm liking that at the moment. It kind of looks very interesting. I don't know if I should just turn them all around, but I'm just gonna probably turn them around. Let's just turn them around. Another book I really love is actually called Ober Newton by Isabel Cardmody, and she's actually a Australian author, which is so cool. It's just so good because it's such a strong single fantasy novel, and although it's a series, it's so encapsulating in itself and so compelling. I remember getting it from like a literal thrift store when I was like really young, and I read a little bit of it, but I kind of like lost interest because I was just a child and I didn't understand literature, if you know what I mean. But I really love that story, especially just because of how unique it is and how, again, it's like an encapsulating story. I definitely recommend it, and it's definitely inspired a lot of my projects, such as Project BB. Oh, also The Northern Lights. I mean, this wasn't really part of the list I had in my head, but this book, so amazing. I wouldn't mind to kind of write a more, not young adult, but like smaller than young adult. Like, this is kind of like more of a children's book, children's novel, which I adore. Like, this as an adult also was so nostalgic for some reason, but I definitely love Northern Lights so much. Another book that's kind of extremely different, and it's a book that I literally love so much, is actually called Here an Essay, and that is by Susanna Clarke. Susanna Clarke also has written this book, which I have yet to actually read. I really love it, but I haven't been reading it because it's so freaking long. It's like 1,000 pages, and that's a lot for me. But yeah, I really love Piranesi because it is so, I just can't even describe it. It's a book that I strive to literally write one day, and I'm definitely working on it. I definitely, of course, recommend all of these books that I'm talking about today, but especially Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I think because it's so different and like not triggering in a way, but just so like weird that I don't even truly understand myself yet. Anyways, I'm trying to maybe decide if I should unhaul some books, but I haven't really read them yet. For example, like this book, I have not really read yet. I just need a book 2, but I don't know if I'll ever like read it. And then also this book, which I actually really do hate. So I might unhaul this definitely. But all these other ones are pretty fine, are pretty okay. It is so colorful. Look at, I kind of like that. It's very pretty. I do like that actually. I still have a couple books like Babel. I'm still reading this one, which is really terrible. I've been reading it for a while, but I need to finish that for sure. Another book that's actually really inspired me to write is actually A Little Life. Although I hate this book with all of my existence, I adore it with even more of my existence. I do have a reading vlog where I finished that book, and literally that book physically broke me. It is not okay. But the reason why this book really inspires me to write is because the amount of emotion and unnecessary things that the author had shared throughout the book became so necessary and became my favorite parts of a book. And I think it reminds me so much that I should definitely just include so much, you know, stuff that I think in the market, you know, you should cut that out. Like when you get an editor, you should cut that out. But like, no, you should keep it because it holds so much meaning. And even if it doesn't further the plot or even the characters, I say that you should still keep it. Okay, so I think both of these beautiful shells are done. I'm kind of so glad that I finally flipped them around. But as you can see, I have this done, but now look at this mess. I need to fix this up really, really soon. But anyways, yes, about A Little Life. Again, like Jude, if you guys have read A Little Life, I'm sorry on behalf of me. It's such a sad book, and it definitely did put me in like a 6-month reading slump. I think it was basically a half a year. But again, it's just the characters and the raw emotion. Like, people say it's like trigger or just like for shock value, but I really thought it was so special and so intimate that I felt like we shouldn't be reading this sort of book. Sorry, there's like a stupid plane. But yeah, I definitely love A Little Life so much. But let's talk about another book. Let's talk about actually Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia, which is a amazing book, and it really did inspire me as a child, reading all of the chronicles and just learning about, you know, this fantasy world. I definitely love how it of course encapsulates the Christian story, because if you guys don't know, I'm Christian, very proud Christian, and I just love my God so much. So finding ways to kind of represent God throughout my books is really important to me and something I want to really strive for. So in that way, Narnia really does inspire me to try and yeah, go that extra step and see where God is in every single story I write. Now that we've kind of talked about books, let's talk about my books and the books I'm actually writing. So a little bit of an update. I'm working on Project BB and Project O right now. Seriously, a little bit stressful. I'm definitely nearly finished Project O, but I'm still working on Project BB and figuring out the sort of literally like the last act, which is like the climax, and like what is going to happen. I know like what this scene is at the end of the book, but just like getting there, the hardest part of writing, I feel. Also an update, I watched the movie last night of Red, White and Royal Blue, and I kind of liked it. The actual like film and editing was so good. I definitely think the first half of the story was literally so compelling and so entertaining. It was so fun, and I think they really did represent it so well. I definitely did like this book, and it was spicy, but yeah, it was good. But again, these books that are kind of like half, like pick a size. I think I might put my Mortal Instruments up here. Yeah, so I haven't been writing too much recently, like consistently, which has made me really sad. I don't know why I've been like this. This is also a really good book. But yeah, it's just, I haven't been in the mood to write, and I think I haven't been truly inspired or excited about my book very much, which literally breaks my heart so much. It's so terrible because I love my books, and I know I love my books a lot, but it's just sometimes like you get to this part in your book where like it's basically done to you, but you haven't truly finished it. And to me, the only thing that really motivates me to write is to see the full circle. So it's interesting that my brain is not computing in that way, if that makes sense. But I also think upon reflection, I was talking to my friends a lot about, you know, how terrible I am as an author, because I was explaining to them literally all of the bad things I'm going to be doing. The bad things, literally like all the traumatic things that's going to happen at the end of Project O, and they were just kind of like looking at me like, but you're in control of that, like why would you let that happen? And I'm just like, I had nothing to say to that. You want to see some of my favorite manga? These are kind of my favorites, right? This is all I have. Like, I don't have a lot of manga. I don't really like Tokyo Ghoul. I wish I did, but I like, those were like 60 bucks. But these I love. This book also really does inspire me so much. I just love, like, honestly, it's so hard to explain. This book is so hilarious and funny, and like people are like, ooh, the romance, but like, yeah, the romance is really cute, but like it's so funny. And I think the actual system and the world building around this book is so fun. And if you guys are listening to me, thank you so much, because like, I don't know, I am not very interesting, but you get to, I guess, understand the books I read and my favorite sort of genres of books and stuff like that. All right, loves, we have finished. It's literally me just like organizing them, turning them over, seeing what looks pretty. Thank you so much for coming along and listening to me ramble. I know it was a bit hard because I was kind of like focusing and talking at the same time. I think maybe in the future, if I do another video like this, I'll probably just do a voiceover and you guys can just listen to me ramble. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for being so patient and for just sticking to the end of the video. But of course, please go ahead and read some of the books I recommended and feel excited about my new projects. Hopefully send me some good creative vibes for Project BB and Project O. I really hope I'll be able to finish them very soon and then be able to work on my high fantasy books later this year. But yeah, I love you guys and I hope to see you in my next random video. Thank you. And maybe some more book content. Comment down below, please comment down below if you want some book content and specifically what videos you want, because I literally just want to post what you guys want. And yeah, anyways, I love you guys. See you.